Okay, so this is going to be my first video back since the fire alarm's been fixed, so that's quite nice. But in recent days, I've been talking about Europe in terms of seeding at Worlds, in terms of things like Fnatic versus Mad Lions game and how poor that was. And it's got me thinking, I'm really concerned about Europe at Worlds. And when I talk about this, people are going, obviously, there's going to be the inevitable response like, if you're concerned about Europe, why are you not concerned about NA? NA sucks. Or Europe's better than the minor regions, or whatever. And yeah, sure, like, when you compare, like, all four European teams that are going to Worlds, or going to, let's just say going to Korea, like, they're all better than, like, DFM, but only because DFM don't have a top laner. They're probably better than, I think it's Loud from CB Low. They're probably better than Rainbow Seven. But, like, that doesn't stop me being concerned, right? Because, like, if you're a European team going to Worlds, no matter what seed you are, based on all the years prior to this year, right, your expectation's got to be, we beat all the minor regions, we beat, our best seed is better than NA, and then our other seeds are, like, trying to make group stages and do decently at groups, right? That's got to be your expectations. And if those aren't your expectations, then you're an idiot. But right, if you're a European team going to Worlds, obviously you want to be that team that makes it out of groups and does better than everyone else from the West. And I'm looking at it and I'm seeing these European teams, and it's like BDS are awful. I'm kind of happy they're the team that's facing a Golden Guardians because out of the three teams that aren't G2, I think they have the best chance of beating Golden Guardians. It's going to be also quite a fun matchup. I'm looking forward to talking about that when it gets nearer to the game. Um, but like they were miles off Fnatic. They were absolutely miles off Fnatic. Um, Mad Lions as well. They were miles off Fnatic, and they were both bad. G2 were miles ahead of Fnatic, and like G2 aren't even that good. Like G2 have one very set way of playing, and when games don't go as they expect, or they like get a lead, they still sometimes even when they're in their comfort, they still find a way of throwing it. It's like I'm really not optimistic about this World Tournament. Maybe that's just because I'm in a Doomer stage. I often do get like this before a Worlds tournament or an MSI. Like I'm quite often like, oh, I don't see much chance of Europe doing anything here. But like that's fucking insane. Like these games have not been good. Like I haven't watched a single series in the world in the LEC Finals where I've gone, you know what? That team's good. They could do something at Worlds. Like all six of the teams that have qualified, all six of them just don't deserve to be even be in the chance of qualifying. I'm sorry. Like I've been watching these games and it's not even made me think of DFM versus Sengoku or DFM versus Hawks, which are the top three teams in Japan. They've gone Crest Gaming Act versus Burning Court, which is like fifth, sixth roughly. Like it's just not been good. It's really not been good. And I am exaggerating a bit. I imagine that these top four teams probably are better than DFM. I would say Sengoku are probably better than them, but Sengoku's just continuously seem to have the curse of being unable to beat DFM in playoffs, no matter how much better than DFM they are, which is annoying. This video is actually surprisingly short, despite the fact that I've been wittering on a lot. But I am genuinely like I've got serious concerns because like when you compare it with like let's compare it with China, right? JDG absolutely destroy every European seed qualifying. Um, Top East, not Top Esports. That's not who I was thinking of, or is it? Why can I not remember the seeds now? Okay, we'll just go the other way. Weibo Gaming, absolutely destroy them. Billy, destroy them. LNG, destroy them. I mean, Weibo is probably the one we've got the best chance against as the fourth seed. And that's not just because they're the fourth seed, it's because, like, the Shy is very, like, 50-50 as to whether he pops off or whether he makes it a 6v4 in his opponent's favour. Like, that's probably our best chance. Then you look at Korea. I don't see us competing against Genji. I don't really see... Maybe G2 can compete against KT on a good day. T1, if they're playing well, they just destroy everyone from Europe. D+, you know what? I do think we maybe have a chance against D+ when I'm in my most optimistic form. Like, I'm trying to be as optimistic as possible when I'm talking about these, by the way. So, like, T1 if they're not playing, KT if they're not playing well, and D+ if they're playing insanely well. So that's four teams. That's four teams we could potentially beat, maybe, on absolutely most positive. By the way, they need to beat at least one of these teams if they want to make it to quarters. I don't see it. I really don't see it in the sort of stage. I'm going to do a video, though, on how the Swiss stage could be exploited in the West's favour, which could be kind of interesting. I actually think that the Swiss stage hinders the top Parisians, because like, I'm going to explain this very briefly now, but like with the Swiss stage, what happens is if all, let's just say in the first round, let's say for qualifying sake, you have the 7 Western teams plus a PCS team versus the Korean and Chinese representatives, right? And the Korean and Chinese representatives win every game 1. That means they will have to play each other for game 2 because of the way a Swiss stage works, and whilst all the Western teams plus the PCS team have to play each other for game 2. So like, if you manipulate it enough, where you win what games you win, what games you lose, realistically, if you're a Western team, you could get some very easy matchups depending on how they do the seeding, and depending on how like well they do it, how well thought out it is. But that'll be another video. This was just a quick video talking about how concerned I am about the West, because I just do not see us doing anything at once, honestly.